Okay, so I am going to paint this today, and I wanted to give you a huge just reminder that this is the time we have all the bonuses when you join Paint Party Headquarters. So just a real quick reminder before I paint this. First off, for those of you that have joined Paint Party Headquarters, I am so excited for you. So excited for you. So we have right here, we have the Paint Party Lookbook. This is going to be mailed to you when you join. And this is whether you join the yearly and get 3 months free or the monthly. I had some people messaging me saying, oh, that's not fair. I really want to be a part of that. But, I won't get everything. And that's not true. So as you come on, say hello. Let me know if you're already in Paint Party Headquarters or if you are taking the leap and joining and learning all of the cool stuff. This right here, you're going to get an instant download of this, the magic scripts of how to book your parties. And it's pretty crazy. It's the magic script and it works like magic. And then this right here, we've had a lot of people really excited about this. This is the creative prompt calendar. So it tells you every single day of the year oh, Piper, come here. You want to say hi? Come here. You want to say hi? It tells you every day of the year what to post. So you never have to think about it as you're building your paint party business, as well as if you're doing an online paint party business as well. Hi, Debbie. Good morning. Good morning, Julie. Good morning, Ann. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy you're here. I'm actually going to paint this live here in just a second. And then also, what other bonuses do we have? Oh yeah. We have the bonuses of the reindeer, which we have been seeing a ton of people already book this paint party. So you're going to get the bonus of the reindeer, the tutorial, the supply list, the step-by-step instructions, the marketing, all ready to go. Hey, Jerry from Spring, Texas. Ooh, I've never been there. All kinds of cool stuff, right? And then what else? Oh, I want to make sure. I printed this to make sure I don't forget. So you're getting the tutorial, everything for this, so you can start making money right away. The lookbook, this is for a limited time where we'll ship it to you. And then the magic script downloaded, you can print it, but it's going to be a download copy. It has like 14 scripts. And then the creative prompt calendar, which you can download right away. Oh, Anne says, I'm so excited about the reindeer. I know, me too. I already booked a party, and you know what I did? I did Painter's Choice. So I gave the option of the snowman, and then I also gave the option of the reindeer. And I was looking last night at, some of the signups because I thought for sure it would be all snowman. And I almost did this party with only snowman as the option. It is about 50-50. So I did a painter's choice with this one and this one, and it's about 50-50. So you can definitely make some money this last part of the year. Good morning. Hello. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Kim. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy you're here. Okay, so I'm going to start painting this. Does that sound okay? Let me know if that sounds okay. And then also, I just want to remind you, this is our, we have a couple more days of this big opening for Paint Party Headquarters, and then we pretty much stopped talking about it. We pretty much stopped talking about it because we have, a lot going on. We're all doing our paint parties. We're all busy. And so I just wanted to, highlight that. And then of course, answer any of your questions that you have. Maybe you're thinking about joining, but you're not really sure. This is the time. This is the time to ask questions. Let me go ahead and find y'all so I can see your comments, because I'm trying to do it this way so y'all can see the painting a little bit better, but I got to pull up my laptop to see this. Let's see here. Oh my gosh, I have a fun story to tell you about my grandma. Okay. Oh, good. Tammy says, I've been trying to freehand the snowman. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Donna says, hi, Heidi. I'm in Australia and it's 3 a.m. and I'm awake. I knew it was for a reason. Well, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Hey, Roxanne. Okay, so I'm going to paint this again inside Paint Party Headquarters. Oh, That red is not working. Inside Paint Party headquarters, you are going to have access to the tracer, all of that great stuff. And here's the cool part. A lot of our paintings, we make them one way, and then we end up, like this was done by a guest in our Paint Party headquarters. Her name's Jennifer. She's amazing. And then we took it and I made it into a winter version. So a lot of our paintings, kind of like this one too, we just, I did this one and then we turned it into a winter version. So we have it like this. I did a fall version. And then Julie, who is one of our team members and also taught over 500 paint parties herself, she is amazing. She turned it into a winter version. So a lot of times our designs can be done where they're totally like a normal painting for spring or summer or whatever, and then we turn them into other seasons. Okay, so I wanted to tell you again, anybody who's wanting to join Paint Party headquarters and get all the bonuses, make sure you ask for the link, or if you're watching the replay, you can get the link at the top. Okay, so I just want to say that just in case. You can let me know if you're watching live right now. Taught the winter version last night, have another coming out. Tammy, good job. I know Bobby, he obviously loves my painting, but he doesn't comment a lot on my paintings. And he was in the art studio the other day when we were working on something, and he goes, "Oh my gosh, that barn." He's like, it just immediately like invoked like a nostalgic feeling. Like he had this feeling of like, oh, Christmas, and I was like, really? And he goes, yeah. He goes, that's really, really good. And I was like, oh, thanks, honey. So anyway, so this design is actually Jennifer's design, and she shared it with Paint Party headquarters. And then we now have it into a winter version. So very, very thankful. We have this to where you can make money as a member of Paint Party headquarters. And again, remember, when you sign up by Wednesday, you're going to get the lookbook mailed to you. So let me show you the lookbook in case you're just jumping on. The lookbook will get mailed to you. So again, when you grab it, this thing helps you book so many parties because it has like some of the top designs ready to go. So it's almost like they can just grab, almost like, think about if you go to a nail salon and you're looking for your correct nail color, like you want black. I always get black nails. You want black nails with stars, right? Like you're looking for a design. And for nails, they always have like those nail colors, or they have examples sometimes, depending on what nail salon you go to. I've seen some where they have no examples and then some where they do. And then it just makes you so excited. So I'm going to paint right over this. And if you're in Paint Party headquarters, we have a tracer. We already have the tracer for this, and we're getting the tracer for this one, so you'll be able to grab it. Okay, so I want to tell y'all a little bit about what happened this weekend. So if you want information about Paint Party headquarters, and my awesome team is on the chat with y'all. So if you want to ask about it or whatever, they'll be there to answer some questions. But I want to tell you a little bit about my grandma, because there was a paint party that I did in my hometown, and my grandma came to paint with me and then to kind of like just be supportive and help. And I remember that night so I had taught I think it was 119. Yes, Nora, you get all of the bonuses, even if you join monthly. Yes, you get all of the bonuses, even if you join monthly. So anyway, so my grandma, I was teaching this paint party. There's 119 painters, and this is like a town of 5,000. So sometimes people say if it's a small town, it won't work. Sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes it works better because there's nothing to do in a small town. And so I was teaching that, and then I sold a ton of art kits at my paint party. So the reason I want to share this story is because my grandma that night. So here's what had happened. I had sold, I had 119 people. So Alexa, what's 119 times 35? So that's 4,165. Okay, so that's one night for a big party. Then I was taking, oh, good morning. My brother's on here. Hey, Mike. And then I was taking money for kits. Okay. So this was before I got more fancy with a link and all of that stuff. So I was just like, okay, you can give me cash or whatever. And so I was staying at my grandma's that night. And oh my gosh, so we had all of these brushes I was going to wash. And so my grandma, it was like midnight. And my grandma was like, "Oh, Heidi." She always goes, "Oh," like she's like, "Oh, Heidi, I bet they have no idea how many brushes you have to wash. Like that's a lot of work." And I was like, "Yeah, but grandma, look at all this money." And I had this like black bag I used to use. Oh, everybody's saying good morning, brother Mike. Brother Mike. It's like you're a pastor. I love it. So anyway, so they were she was like, they have no idea. And I was like, yeah, but grandma, look at all this money I made. I had this black bag, and I'll still remember it. We were both sitting on the floor, and I had this black bag where I put all of my brushes and stuff in. And there was just like pockets. And every time I opened a pocket, there was more money coming out. Opened up a pocket, more money. Opened up a pocket, more money. And my grandma was like, "Oh, Heidi, oh my god, oh," like she just kept like getting excited and thinking like, "Oh my gosh." And we were just like laughing. I mean, it was midnight, and me and my grandma are on the floor just laughing. And it felt, I mean, it kind of in a weird way felt like we had robbed a bank. Like, is this even possible? I mean, let me know in the comments if you've ever had a paint party where you feel like this shouldn't be even legal. Like, this is crazy, right? Like, is it possible to make this much money like painting a fun winter barn? You know what I mean? And so we were just laughing and just like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Like, who would have thought that we could do something so cool like this? And sometimes our family is a part of it, and we just get to laugh and help people and also like make great money. And I think sometimes as artists, and let me know if you've ever had that reason, as artists, sometimes we're sensitive, and we think because we love it, we shouldn't be allowed to make money at it. Right? Anybody have that? Let me know if that's you. Just put, yep, I've had that. I remember I used to feel that way. Like, well, I love it. It's so much fun. Like, I shouldn't be allowed to make money doing this because I love it. But then I started realizing we are all given certain gifts. And, obviously we want people who, I think of my cousin Beauty, who, loves doing I mean, since she was a little girl, I'm going to be a dentist. I want to, work with teeth. And I thought, that is awful. Like, no, never. I never want to do that. But thankfully, there are people like her that want to work on people's teeth, right? If not, we wouldn't have dentists. And thankfully, people like to be surgeons. If not, we wouldn't have people to work on us. Thankfully, people can touch their toes and be a yoga teacher. I can't touch my toes. So I need somebody who's really good at it if they're going to instruct me on yoga, for example. And so I think as artists, the part that we kind of have going against us is, we're a sensitive soul. I don't know if you're that way as an artist, but, I'm kind of a sensitive soul. And so sometimes I think, well, it's fun. I shouldn't be paid. But once you start to realize, like, people want to pay you for what you're doing. You're providing a service. I like the example of let me see if anybody is agreeing with this, or am I way off base here? I know this is for me. Maybe this is just me. But here's the thing. Debbie says, all the time you taught us a profit every party. I'm so grateful. Yes, profit every party for sure. And I think one of the things I think about is, like, let's say you're going to go. Okay, so Pixie, this weekend, the new Hunger Games is coming out, right? Um, oh, I love that, Tammy. I love, love, love teaching paint parties as a full-time or part-time. They love the parties. Very true. And so Pixie this weekend, my daughter, she's 17, and she's wanting to go to the new prequel for Hunger Games. Okay, so when you're watching this is about that time. And so she's wanting to go, and it opens up on Friday. She's like, "Can we go Friday during the day?" And I'm like, "No, we have work to do. Like, we're not going to a movie Friday during the day." I was like, "We can go on Saturday." And then she's like, "Okay." So we were setting up to go. But here's the thing I want to say. Do you think I want anybody at the movie theater to be like questioning why I'm buying a movie ticket for me and my daughter and my husband? Do you think I want somebody to be like, oh, no, you shouldn't really spend your money on that? No, I want them to not only sell me the ticket, but then also I want them to possibly have popcorn or nowadays a glass of wine available to purchase. Maybe some Twizzlers. Yes, they're going to be expensive, but unless I can sneak it in, which I always get caught, I want the whole experience. I want to be able to snack on a few things. I want to be able to have a glass of wine or something while I'm doing my movie. And so when you think about it like that, I've come across so many people that because they're not confident in what they offer, they think that they shouldn't charge that or they shouldn't do this. And here's the thing I want to remind you of is, when me and Pixie went to that cookie class, I paid $35 and it was a blast. We had so much fun. Did my cookies turn out where I could sell them? No, they were not that cute. But what I'm saying is we had so much fun. Twizzlers. I love some Twizzlers and candy corn, as you know. Oh my gosh, Tammy, I forgot to tell you this. I found it was like I think it was like freeze-dried candy corn. It was crazy. It was weird, but kind of good. I mean, I don't know if I love it, but it's kind of good. Patricia, no, not anyone can get the tracer. This is for people inside Paint Party headquarters. So if you're inside Paint Party headquarters, we have the tracer for you for this design. And you can immediately use this design to start making money with your paint parties. Okay, let's see. Oh, good. My team's in here helping answering. Oh, Barbara says you better put a cowboy hat on that snowman. Cam says, I love the brushes I received. Oh, great, Cam. I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, so let me know if you've ever had that thought of, oh, I shouldn't charge for that or this isn't okay or whatever. Or you've always given stuff away for free. Artists were notorious for that. We're notorious for that. So I just want you to know that you can make money as an artist, as a paint party instructor, even if you're not the best painter. Okay. Even if you're not the best painter. And I have always been very, very open about, I know I am not the best painter, but remember in the paint party world, you're teaching beginner paintings. For example, take some brown and put it on this post. Let it dry, right? We're doing beginner painting. So you do not have to be the expert. And we have a lot of people who join Paint Party headquarters who are brand new to painting. And I find that they usually succeed more than like a fine artist because it's almost like that feeling of like, okay, we can do this, right? It's like a different feeling. Yeah, I'm always surprised about how much money you can make. I know it always surprises me too, Tammy. I think like, is this okay? Like, is this all right to make? It does. It's pretty incredible. What can happen. And so a lot of times people will use this as like sorry, I'm grabbing some greens. I would show y'all, but I don't want to mess up the thing there. What am I trying to say? The camera angle. Just picture I'm trying to grab the paints. That's too dark. I want a little bit lighter. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. We've been talking a lot about girl math paint party version. Girl math paint party style, because it's like so many people you think, okay, if I teach 10 people, yes, that's $350. But what if I teach 20 people? Or like in this case, I taught 119. That was $4,165 plus kits. So we were looking at it was around $4,600 for that night. It was pretty incredible. But I think it was just so fun to share that memory with my grandma. And how she was just like, ooh, she always goes, ooh, like how she was just laughing and all of that stuff. So yeah, we got to see my grandma this weekend. We've had a pretty rough few years. She definitely has. And for those of y'all that don't know, I lost my mom about a year and a half ago. And what's so crazy is my grandma. So if you saw pictures of my sweet, sweet grandma, she was, I just posted the pictures from this weekend. I got to see her. She's 94, about to be 95. And she did say she would go skydiving with us again. We took her skydiving when she was about 75, 70, maybe 75. And so she said she would go skydiving for her 95th. So I'm definitely trying to make that happen. But so she lost my mom, which is her daughter, a year and a half ago. She lost my uncle, which is her son. She has 3 kids in 2020. And then she lost her last daughter just a couple weeks ago. So it's been pretty crazy. I just, man, every time I think about it, I get so angry and so frustrated. Like, it's just, I don't know. I just seem like it doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem fair. But we don't know God's plans, and we don't know how it's supposed to be. But I am thankful she was able to be there with all of them. But I also think, like, man, she is the strongest woman alive to be able to handle that and still be, I don't know. I love her so much. And I'm just so sad for what's happened the past few years with her. So anyway, I know everybody has stories and everybody has things that has happened. Oh, hi, BFF Kathy. So anyways, I just want y'all to know how important she is to me and how much I love her and how much she's been through the past few years, and just watching her be a good example. Yeah, it's been kind of intense for sure. Just being a good example for us, and always telling us, like, God has a plan, and we have to trust, and we have to know that it's in his will. So it's been a little crazy, but it was such a great weekend of just being able to see her and laugh and have fun with the family. I think sometimes, like, we all have tragedies. We all have, like, things that have happened in our lives, but then there's moments when we have to go, okay, like, even through sad times, there's hope, there's goodness that can happen. And so I just think about that night when me and my grandma are just laughing and thinking, like, oh my gosh, like, this is crazy. And I think we have to always put things in perspective, like, what is it that we want out of life? What is it that, who is it that we're going to spend our time with? There's so many different things like this. Okay, so I'm just grabbing this little bitty brush and just adding in these small little lines here to make it look like a wreath. Okay, so sometimes with my wreaths, I like to do a couple of different colors, and I just honestly just kind of like leave a little space and add them in here. Oh, good, Brenda. I know Piper, man, she loved grandma. Oh my gosh, Piper, every time my grandma would sit down, Piper would, like, jump on her and then lick her in the ear. And my grandma has hearing aids, so she was trying to not let the dog get her hearing aids. Oh my gosh. I was like, oh, Piper, stop. Okay, let me get a drink of coffee, and then we're gonna, oh, Piper, come here. Okay, so if you're just joining, please say hi. I am so happy you're here. I am taking our spring version of this and turning it into a winter version. Remember, if you are a part of Paint Party Headquarters, you already have access to this. You already have access to use this to make money. It is inside our system with Paint Party Headquarters. If you are thinking about joining Paint Party Headquarters, you should. You have until Wednesday, and we have all of these bonuses. Let me see where they are. As you're coming on, if you want to join, I highly recommend joining, because you're getting all of these bonuses, regardless if you join for the yearly and you get 3 months free, or for the monthly. So you still get the bonuses regardless. And one of the bonuses is one of my favorite things ever, and it's the lookbook. You can, we're going to mail you a printed copy when you join by Wednesday. So make sure that you join by Wednesday. But this book really, really helps you book your parties. And I bring this to my paint parties, and I actually set it out and let people, I mean, they're right there choosing dates. And then I bring my calendar so I can book parties right away. So if they're at a Christmas party with me, they can be looking at spring or summer and already going, oh my gosh, let's do this for summer. Let's do this for spring. And then I just bring my calendar and say, hey, let's go ahead and set a date. So, oh, thank you. Is it Elena? Thank you so much. And Deborah says, I had a blast painting my snowman yesterday. I watched the replay. I'm sending out some emails later today. Oh, that reminds me, Deborah. Thank you for saying that. When you sign up for Paint Party Headquarters, you also get the magic scripts where you can instantly download them. So I had this printed, and you can totally get it printed too. But it basically shows you all of these scripts of how to do fundraisers, how to do virtual paint parties, schools, churches, restaurants, all of these different things. This is worth all of it right here. And also, we were laughing the other day. We were like, isn't it so cool that, you know, not only can you write off Paint Party Headquarters because it's your marketing, right? I mean, you're literally getting all of your marketing done for you, like the reindeer. Your marketing is ready to go. Your step-by-step instructions, your supply list, all of that is ready to go, which is really cool. And this is for almost every painting we have. But the other cool thing is that we were talking about like starting a paint party business because you get to write off glitter. Like, how cool is that? Anybody like to write off glitter? I know I do. And so anytime I go to Michael's and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that glitter, instead of being like, oh, I shouldn't buy it, I'm like, actually, this is technically a write-off for my paint party business. I get to use this in my paint parties. So anyway, I just think that's like a fun thing of, you know, having a business. You know, somebody's like, the benefits of having a business. I think there's so many benefits, but how many of us get to write off glitter, right? How many businesses, you know, get the ability to write off glitter? Oh, I know. I'm so sorry, Gina. But what I do, so any of y'all inside Paint Party Headquarters who's like, I love the lookbook. And remember, I've already done it 3 times inside Paint Party Headquarters, and I'll do it again, I promise. What I like to do inside Paint Party Headquarters is, just like I teach you to do a prepay and a profit every party, y'all, I do the same thing. So for example, when you're in Paint Party Headquarters, I'll do like a pre-sale of lookbooks. So for example, about every quarter, I'll say, okay, I'm going to do a huge run of lookbooks so I can get them very, very cheap. Because when you go to price them out and just get it printed, like at Staples, it's about $20 to $30 to get it printed. So what I'll do is I'll say, okay, if everybody wants to order them, I'll do pre-sales, and then I'll like order like a bulk, like 2,000, right? Like 2,000 books. And then I'll sell them to Paint Party Headquarters in bulk. So you'll get like 10 books for $65, which includes shipping. So it's kind of like an easy way to get those to you at a very, very discounted price. Sarah says, I write off my pizza and chicken when I go to visit other Paint Party sisters because we're talking business while we eat. Right, Sarah. Isn't that so cool? Like, I mean, it's literally just a part of business. It's a part of doing business. And there's a lot of perks with business that people don't know about until you start doing your own business. So yes, definitely write off that glitter. Write off those paintbrushes, write off your marketing, which includes Paint Party Headquarters. I think that's one of the really cool values of that. I'm just going to use a little chip brush, kind of add in a couple of lines here. So many cool things like that. I mean, who doesn't want to write off glitter? Bobby doesn't. We are a house divided. I'm just taking a little bit of this, a little bit of this. Yes, the cruise. We are getting to write off the cruise, which is awesome. I mean, that is so cool, right? So cool. We're also in Paint Party Headquarters. We're going on a really cool cruise for those that can make it. It's going to be in January of 2025. And so, yeah, we just really try to have a lot of fun while we're doing business because It can be lonely, right? It can be lonely. The other day I told my story about BFF. So make sure you listen to that. I think I was painting. I don't remember what I was painting. I was painting something, but I told the story. I don't want to share it again because you can go back and watch that. But I mean, it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to make friends, especially as a creative. Okay, let's see. I'm going to add a little bit more. I'm going to let this dry for just a second. Let me go ahead and get my placement of my snowman. So I'm just going to kind of draw in a couple of snowballs here. Oh, that's a little bit wet still. I'm getting pink. And if you want to join Paint Party Headquarters, or you want to look at the page to see all of the bonuses, and just ask in the comments. We're live right now, so my team is on here so they can give you the link. If you're watching the replay, which will be here in just a few minutes, we'll have it ready for the replay, then look up in the description. Okay, so in the description, the link will be there. But if you want the link, just say, hey, I'm interested. There's no commitment. You can literally just ask for it and my team will reply with it. And if you have questions about Paint Party Headquarters, let me know. Let's see. Alana Power says, I'm pretty much ready to get started, but I'm suffering from imposter syndrome because every time I think I have a new catch to differentiate me from all the other paint party people here until they get to know me and how fun I am, I see someone else has already done it. Oh, okay. So let's talk about that for a second. So Alana or Elena, I hope I'm saying that right. She says she's suffering from imposter syndrome because she thinks she has something new that she's offering, and then somebody else will have it, and it will kind of knock her off her game. Here's what I want y'all to know about that. It is okay. I know that you're, wanting people to get to know you. And that's the thing. They always say cream rises to the top. When you book how I teach you to book using the magic script, you will actually, like, you're not really worried about competition because I teach you a way to where once you book and you do that paint party, you're going to do the best paint party ever. And they're going to want to rebook with you because you do a good job. And I know that feeling of imposter syndrome. I mean, I seriously, Elena and everyone else that's listening, like, I'll have that paint party where I make, almost $5,000 in one night and think I am like the coolest person ever. And oh my gosh, I'm like, man, this is amazing. I'm a superstar. And if you've been teaching paint parties for longer than 12 minutes, you know this, then I'll have a paint party that totally gets canceled. And I'm like, how can this be? I literally had a paint party of, over 100 people, and now I have a paint party that I can't even get tickets to, people to buy tickets, and it's right down the street. And so once I realized that success, like, it is up and down, and there's a time when sometimes it's going to go great, and then there'll be a time when I feel like a loser. But once I realized that was just part of business, and that wasn't my identity, once I realized that, obviously, I mean, I'm going to put my identity in God. And sometimes it's hard to do that when you're like, oh, but nobody likes me. Why did they not come? All of these things we tell ourselves. But once we realize that it's business, not personal, and I know we're artists and we get in our head and we, get scared and all of that. But once I got over that and realized, wait a minute, like, I marketed something wrong, or maybe there was an event going on in town that I didn't know about and everybody was at that. Or, once I just kind of like accepted that, okay, we're going to win some and we're going to lose some, right? We're going to win some, we're going to lose some. Once I kind of realized that, I literally let it go and realized that it's just business. It's not personal. And when you can start having that attitude of like, I've been teaching paint parties for 17 years now. If I would have quit or stopped teaching every time a paint party got canceled, I wouldn't have all the paint parties I have scheduled for December, because sometimes they get canceled. Sometimes people don't sign up, and it doesn't mean that you can't ever do this again. And if you're thinking, well, they already are doing what I'm doing. It's okay. When you book the way I teach you to book, when you use those magic scripts and book, and then you do a great job, they're not going to be trying to look for somebody else. They're going to want you back. And that's the coolest thing about this is if you really are committed to this and are like, yeah, I want to do this. Maybe I want to teach one paint party a month, or maybe I want to teach a couple a month. If you're really committed to this and you start building that reputation, it's kind of like a hair person, a massage therapist, um, a nail salon, any of those type of services. We want to go to who we like, right? Who we trust. And that's the coolest thing is, yes, you have to build it. Nobody just gets handed it, obviously everybody has to work for it and build it. But once you build it, then it gets easier. Then you don't have to keep doing that because people will come to you to book. I think that's been one of the cool things I didn't realize that would happen until it started happening is a lot of my parties are just repeats of what I did last year. Hey, let's book for the next year. Okay, deal. The same restaurant, basically around the same time. Anybody else have that? Where you'll just, the same type thing is, happening, but it's for the next year. It's the same people. I had 2 parties now that reached out, but they reached out too late and I'm already fully booked. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I can't, I can send you a kit if you want, but I'm fully booked out. And so again, for next year, what I can do is I can reach out to those customers and say, hey, I know we tried to book a party last year, but we were fully booked out. Do you want to go ahead and get the party booked, early? So you can actually get your parties for December booked in July, whatever. Because again, once you fill up, you only have so much time during the busy season. So I know sometimes we have this imposter syndrome or we think that we can't do it. Again, whatever you're believing will happen. Like if you think you can't do it, you're not going to be able to do it. If you know that there's going to be setbacks and it's not personal attacks, it's, business, and it sometimes goes well. And sometimes we're going to have times when it sucks. Like I'm not going to sit here and go, it's all perfect. And every time is always going to be a beautiful day in the paint party world. No, I mean, it's not. Like there's times when, I got to paint a painting for a party and, maybe that day I'm exhausted or I don't feel like it, but it's still, when I think about the potential of what can happen when I have a party of 10, 20, 30, 40, and how that can pay for my Christmas and how that can do that, it just kind of changes the way I approach, it's just, I don't know. I just love it so, so much. And I know how much it's changed my family. So for those of you that, even if you don't join Paint Party headquarters, I highly recommend you teach a paint party. Even if you don't join us, teach a paint party. Maybe one day you will, but this is our big, basically our big time that we open up the doors and welcome you in. So make sure you join. If you're interested, join by Wednesday so you can get all of the bonuses. Because I want you to be able to get all of that plus that printed lookbook mailed to you, because that's going to help you so, so much. It's going to help you so, so much. Okay, so I'm just adding this on here. Aw, oh, good. I hope that helped you. She says, I think I need the encouragement to get over the bump of booking my first party. I'm going to do it. Yay, book that party, girl. Book it. And remember, like a lot of times people are like, oh, booking's the hardest part. Actually, the butts in the seat is harder than the booking. So get that booking going. Let's see. Jeanette says, hello, BFF Jeanette. I started out strong and then lost my confidence and momentum. How do you get that back? Oh, that is such a great question. Okay, so everybody gets their confidence and momentum back different ways. I'm just going to tell you what I do anytime I am in a slump. And I know it seems simple and some of you may think it's stupid, but you have to do whatever works for you. When you find kind of a ingredient that works for you for how to get you back into the groove, oh my gosh, treasure it, hold on to it, have it in your memory so you can always go back to it, I'm telling you, like that is like a piece of gold for the rest of your life. So again, if you're just now joining and you have tips on how to get your motivation back, you get going strong, you're teaching some paint parties. Like here's one, you'll be teaching paint parties. Maybe you have a bunch lined up for Christmas, and then January, all of a sudden it's like, wah, wah. Well, I have many people, and there's many people on Paint Party headquarters that go strong during January. I don't. I go strong, like hardcore during the fourth quarter. So January, I like to be on a cruise boat. I like to take a long winter's nap. I like to just take an exhale because of the intense amount of work that me and my family had just done. So we usually, kind of shift it down a little bit. And so one of the things that I do to get myself out of a funk, we all have times when we're just, we're going strong, we're doing great. And then all of a sudden it feels like our business has stopped. And again, to each their own. If you can find what gets you out of your funk, hold on to it like a golden coin. And mine is very simple. Okay. So I love going for a walk outside. And then also, me and Pixie, we have been doing this since she was a little girl, before I could even afford to pay for the books at Barnes and Nobles. I would say, okay, we're going to go to Barnes and Nobles today. We go to Barnes and Nobles, and we, she goes to the kids section. I usually go to like all the art and travel magazines and business books. And then I grab all of the stuff. Our big rule is, everything has to be put back because, at that time we weren't buying any of it. And so we'll grab it. And then there's these little Adirondack chairs. I think I said that big word right, which I'm so proud of myself. And there's these little Adirondack chairs. And so I'll say, okay, meet me there in 20 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever. And they're usually in the kids section. And then I would like squeeze my butt into those little kid Adirondack chairs. It gets hard trying to get it out sometimes. But anyway, so we'd sit there, and then for the next hour, we literally like drink our coffee, because there's always a Starbucks in those. We drink our coffee, and and yes, I did get Pixie addicted to coffee early. I did that purposefully. You can judge me if you want, but I just thought, how cool would it be when she's like a teenager or in her college years? I can be like, hey, you want me to buy you a cup of coffee? Let's go have coffee together. And it has worked, because now like we have coffee time and we have all these fun talks together over coffee. So I purposely did that to get her on coffee, so we would have all these coffee talks. And so anyway, so I know you can judge me. It's all right. It was my choice, and I'm sticking by it. I like it. And so anyway, so yeah, so we go to Barnes and Nobles for the next hour. We read all the books. I get re-inspired. I don't think anything about, like, I don't think about booking my paint parties. I just have fun reading those books, getting re-inspired. And then we put them all back where they go, because, at that time we didn't buy any. Now we buy all the books we can. But at that time we couldn't afford to buy any. So then we just like, our goal is like, you have to put them back. You can't leave them there. And so we put everything back exactly as is. And then we, either go try on dresses or we go home, so like, it just kind of takes me out. And Barnes and Nobles is about an hour from our house. So it kind of gives me like a moment to, like, we get in the car and drive and listen to music and chit chat. Then we do, inspirational, like where we're able to read books and learn stuff there, and get just re-inspired. And so I'll take a whole day, and we have been doing this since Pixie was a little girl. Like, I'll take a whole day, and that's our day. And then I don't try to book anything. I just go get re-inspired. So let me know in the chat if you have anything like that you do that gets you re-inspired, that makes it to where, like, oh my gosh, I can do this again. Because that's one of the things that I feel is so important with having your own business, is nobody's gonna re-inspire you for you, right? Like, you got to make that happen. you're going to have to be the person that goes, okay, this is what's going on. I gotta suck it up. I gotta get it done. You know what I mean? But we're all gonna have those times when we get in a funk. It's just part of it. Oh, thank you for saying that. I try. I don't do everything right. That's for sure. We definitely, I don't even know how I've kept her alive because I don't we eat frozen dinners or whatever. We don't cook in this house. So so I don't know. So I mean, not everything is done good, but I definitely try. Like, I want her to know, and I've always taught her too, like you can always learn. And I think that's like a big deal to teach, your kids is like you can there's always a place to go and to learn to I always told her readers are leaders, readers are leaders. My little dorkiness. All right, I'm just adding a little fence here. This is a little bit wet, so I'm going to do that. Oh, I love that. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. Very cool. Oh my gosh. Tammy says, I have a hard time stopping. I would book parties September through December, 90 parties. Yeah. So Tammy, for those of you that are joining Paint Party headquarters, you'll definitely get to know Tammy. She says, you help me slow down and take time. Love you. I love you too. And yeah, I encouraged Tammy. I said, you were teaching all the paint parties. You don't have to teach them all. I want you to have time for life too. And that's one of the big lessons I learned. I used to just be so like go, go, go. And I think sometimes out of survival, it's kind of our mentality. And so there were many years, again, I've been teaching paint parties for 17 years. Let me know in the comments how long y'all have been teaching. But there were many, many years that I just was like head down, and I think that's why like I post, on Texas Art and Soul, like when I have family over and stuff, because I hopefully, and because I wasn't always the best example of this, I hopefully want to show y'all like spend time with people you love, like make sure you make time for that. I could have definitely like booked out parties this weekend, but I knew my brother was coming down for the Texas, for the Cowboys game. I knew he was coming down for the Dallas Cowboy game, and I wanted to make sure that we were here. And the next thing you know, it kind of turned into a family reunion, and so it was so much fun. And so if I would have booked parties the whole weekend, even though my brother was here, I would have missed out on time with my grandma, time with my cousins, time with my siblings, all of the time with my dad, all of that stuff. So I think you have to remember, and that's what I challenged Tammy, because oh my gosh, she is such like a superstar. She is such a superstar. Like she will have parties of 50, like, somebody will be scared to send a message, and Tammy will already have taught like 12 parties while they're talking about maybe sending a message. Like she's one of those go-getters, and she does what it takes, and she's a huge action taker. And I see a lot of myself in her, because I'm a huge action taker too. But what I challenged her with about a year ago is I said, I know you're doing a great job. Like you're kicking butt and it's all great. However, I challenge you to like start living life too. Like, I'm not saying don't make money. Obviously, we all got to make money and pay our bills, but how can you start adding more fun, more adventures, more kind of like excitement, into your life, so that when you are working hard and doing all of this, like there's a reason for it. There's a reason. Like, I'm a big believer, in work hard, play hard, like work your butt off, but then also play your butt off, right? Like have fun. And so Tammy is a great example of doing that. Like, oh my gosh, she's been sending me some of her adventures, and I'm just so proud of her, of what she's been doing, and just spending time with her siblings, and just so much fun. And I'm just so, so proud of her, because that's what it's about. It's about having fun, working hard, but then also having a ton of fun. So very proud of you for that, Tammy. We should all congratulate her. She did a big change in her life, and I'm so, so proud of her. And I don't think that's something she'll ever regret. I don't think she's ever going to look back and be like, man, I'm so sad I didn't have that extra paint party. Instead, I went horseback riding. I don't think she's ever gonna have that like sadness about that. If anything, those are the pictures that you're going to print out and frame and, be so excited about. So just always remember that as you're building this. Yes, we sacrifice to build a business. Without sacrifice, nothing great can happen, of course. But you have to also remember, like, okay, I don't have to sacrifice everything to build this business. So it's very, very, very true. Just, be mindful of that. It's a lesson I learned the hard way. The only reason I can speak about it is because I learned the hard way. I was head down for many years and then finally was like, wait a minute, if I don't start changing it a little bit, Pixie's going to be like graduated, leaving the house, and I would have not made any memories with her. Like, of course I did when she was younger, but I wanted to be more intentional about it. And I'm so thankful to say she's now a senior, and I'm so thankful to say that I intentionally have made, memories with her, and intentionally still are making fun memories with her. So it's all about, a balance. I mean, really, there's no balance. Oh, the story's making me think I need a trip to the beach. Oh, don't we all? Don't we all? Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of green. Again, if you're just now coming on, let me know where you're from. I'd love to say hi to you. And then also, this is our big opening to Paint Party headquarters. So if you have been thinking about hoping you could teach a paint party and make some extra money, but you didn't really know how to get started or where to get started, I am here to help. So we have our doors wide open for Paint Party headquarters right now. And this is where you can get all the bonuses when you join either the yearly or the monthly. So you can get bonuses either way you join. And we really hope that you do before Wednesday so you can get the extra bonuses, including the printed lookbook mailed to you. So we're doing that as a special bonus for this. Okay, so I'm going to add on a couple of details here. What do y'all think of this painting? Do you like it? Debbie says, you taught me that I'm more intentional with my time with my husband and not be on the phone doing business when he's home. Oh my gosh, Debbie, I love that. I know I'll really struggle because I'll be like, just working and doing stuff. And I had to talk with Bobby because that was one of the things, like I would be in the car still working while he's sitting there, like, we're headed to dinner or whatever. And it really does kind of like show to your spouse, like, okay, so it's been kind of a challenge for me and I'm still learning, Debbie, and I'm so glad that's helping you. It's kind of been a challenge to, always go, okay, this is time with Bobby. This is time with Pixie, like making sure that, and a lot of times my phone, I have to leave it in another room. It's because, we're doers. We take action. We like to work. Work is fun. I mean, literally, I'm working right now and getting to paint this with you. Like, how awesome is that, right? So it's hard sometimes when work is fun to put it down because it's a blast. Like, we have fun doing it. But we also have to remember how important. Oh yeah, cherry trees would be so pretty, Cam. That's a great idea. So cool. Love the barn with the winter scene, Deb says. Let's see. Thankfully in Minnesota, we have beautiful weather till next week. Oh my gosh. Jen says, hey, Heidi, upstate New York. I'm enjoying watching you. I'm at work listening, watching. This painting looks super fun. Oh, that's amazing. Upstate New York. I bet you have the best trees. Oh my gosh. Please tell me about your trees. I have a friend who lives in Erie, Pennsylvania. And every year I'll be like, can you please send me videos of your trees? I must see the trees. And this is a 12 by 12 canvas. This is like a square canvas. So I think it's a 12 by 12. Yeah, so I am obsessed with fall trees, and we don't get too much here in Texas. Like we get a little, but it's not very good. But yeah, I'm like, please send me your trees. I need to see them. I need to see them. Actually, I need to go on a trip up north just to, that's a business expense to be able to see what trees look like so I can paint them. See what real fall trees look like. That would be so cool. So if you're up north, please, please, please take a look at your trees for all of us in the South that don't get that. We really, really love your trees. We appreciate them. Okay, so I'm going to add a few more details here. We have this going on. I'm going to turn this over. Again, we have the tracer inside Paint Party headquarters. So for those of y'all wanting to use this tracer or even this tracer, this is all done for you. And I also printed out a little bit of the Hometown America. That's what we call it. Because I wanted to show you kind of one of the cool things about Paint Party headquarters that I don't think people realize. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. Okay, so here's kind of the cool thing about Paint Party headquarters. And again, you get the printed lookbook until Wednesday when you sign up. But like we have the marketing done for you. So this is the cool thing. So like, let's say you're going to teach this. Let's say you're nervous about teaching paint parties and you're like, okay, this is great, but I am not ready to teach a party in the winter yet. Well, that's okay. You can get in there and start learning the trainings, all of that, and then be ready for like a spring painting. There's no rush. There's no timeline. You can do this whenever you want. But here's the cool part is like, let's say this is the painting you want to get ready for. Well, we have all of it done for you. So like this is editable, which means that you can go in and change the date and time, all of that. This is, again, all editable. So this is a online paint party. This is an in-person paint party. This is like a Facebook banner that you can use. Again, go in, change the date and time, already done for you. Supply step-by-step instructions. So when I was, that story I told you earlier, when I made like, around $4,600 in one night, for kits, I could just print this and have kits ready. So step-by-step instructions are ready to go. So you just download them, print them, put them in your kits or bring them to your parties. Book a paint party. I mean, we seriously like try to listen to what you need and want, and then we try to make it happen. Another little thing that just, for advertising, a supply list. So again, if you're selling kits or you just need the supply list so that you can get it ready right there. The tracer. You don't have to worry about trying to freehand this. We have a tracer that you can use so you can immediately get it going. So I just want to make sure you realize that when you get this lookbook, you're going to have that for almost all of those, right? So again, like one of the Snowman Showdown that we just did, it's the same thing, right? You get the step-by-step instructions, you get the supply list, you get the marketing. So it really is a great write-off for your business. The marketing, done for you, step-by-step instructions, the tracer here that, so you don't have to freehand it. Yes, of course you can freehand it, but people, when they show up to your paint parties and it's already done like that, is such a relief for them. Okay, so we're going to add a few more details here and then we're about done. So let me know if you have any final questions for joining Paint Party headquarters. Again, you're going to get all of those bonuses, including immediately, you're going to have access to download this and print it right away. This right here is just such a great thing. Again, this is worth the $47 a month just for this. But then this has been a big hit is the creative prompt calendar, which you can download it immediately. And it's going to tell you so if you're struggling on what to post, it's going to tell you what to post every single day of the year. So you don't have to think about, okay, what am I going to post? Literally, you can post anything and it tells you what to post. And then we also have all of those bonuses. Let me see if I have right here. All of these bonuses, the reindeer bonus, which we have many people already making money, including myself. I already have several prepays for this reindeer. We have the creative prompt calendar, the magic scripts, and then also the lookbook is going to be printed and mailed to you. So when you join by Wednesday, oh, Carla, welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for trusting us. When you sign up by Wednesday, you're going to get this printed mail lookbook. Okay. So if you don't sign up by Wednesday, we cannot promise this printed lookbook. So this is a bonus for signing up by them. So anyway, so I hope this helps you. I'm going to add a few more details. And again, I want you to be successful, you know, whether you join us or not. Obviously, I want you to be successful because I know how much just making, you know, some extra money, creating a little, you know, side income for yourself can really, really help. So I just want to show you that it can be way easier, especially when paintings are done for you. It saves so much time. And then also, of course, you know, I have many trainings on other things as well, including on how to do an online paint party. You know, some of my paint parties are done via Zoom. Some of my paint parties are done in a Facebook group, kind of like the Snowman Showdown. And so there's just many, many, many ways to do this. So you just never know where your paint party adventure is going to take you. You just never know. Okay, so I'm just going to grab this, add a little bit. So my green is still wet. So just ignore the green snow. Can everybody just ignore the green? Just put yes, if you can ignore the green snow. All right. Well, I'm so excited to help you. Whatever you decide, very, very excited to help you. I hope this was helpful. Oh, and then one last thing I highly recommend for this painting. So all of you inside Paint Party headquarters are thinking about doing this. I highly recommend bringing Snow Tex. Snow Tex is just a really fun texture. And then they can, doesn't that sound awesome? They can kind of grab it and wipe it on there. And then look what it does. And then I always add glitter on top of it. But see how it's really textured? And then I just add glitter on top of it. And it's just so much fun. So much fun. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. Again, I just wanted to personally come on here and hopefully like help answer some of your questions. And also just remind you, if you want to be a part of Paint Party headquarters, again, you can join the monthly. You still get all the bonuses, even if you join monthly. And you can cancel at any time. Or if you want to say, I'm all in, join the yearly, you still get the bonuses, but then you also, it's called Snow Tex. Snow Tex. You also get 3 months free. So if you're like, hey, I'm in, the only thing that is, if you join the yearly, is you're committing to a year. That's why you get that 3 months free. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I just want to do it and give myself a chance to, you know, really take this training in and not feel so pressured of like, I got to do it right now, right? Like, yes, Glenda, it's Snow Tex. Oh my gosh. And I'm so happy for you, Glenda. I read your whole post the other day about in the prayer and gratitude part of our section. So happy to hear that. Oopsie. I'm getting Snow Tex everywhere. So tell them to be careful with the Snow Tex because you can get it all over the place. Oh, it's just so fun. I got to end this live, but now I don't think I can touch my phone. I love the background cheering from Bobby. Oh, that's hilarious. I know, wasn't that funny? Oh my gosh, he's such a dork. But I love him. Okay, so Snow Tex is definitely something fun you should grab for your paint parties. And then hopefully you'll join us in Paint Party headquarters. So again, all the bonuses are happening. And if you have any questions, let us know. And we can't wait to help you more. So I don't know if I can stop this live with my Snow Tex hand, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try. Look, y'all. We'll see. All right. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see y'all inside of Paint Party headquarters. Oh, and if you need the link, it should be in the top. All right. Bye.